Hey guys, I'm sorry that at the end of our presentation today, I wasn't able to switch the cameras over. We are still trying to nail down that part of it for our presentations. So anyway, what I wanted to show you was this white machine, which I did reference a few pictures in the presentation, but I also wanted to see in person kind of what I would go through. So first I'm going to look at the foot pedal. It's intact. Everything is good. Okay. And then you're going to run your hands down all the wiring and you're going to look at everything. This is called your lead cord. You're going to look at all your electrical wiring and make sure it's good. This particular machine, it's a Japanese made machine. You can look in here and you can see it actually uses a Japanese lead cord. Sometimes you'll find these in the cabinet or in the case. This is actually in its original case and it's a great one. So just make sure everything looks like it's intact here. Okay. Get back over here. And from there, I'm going to turn the hand wheel, make sure it turns. You can see this is moving. If I look underneath and I take the bobbin case out of here, you may not be able to see in the video, but the hook is turning like it's supposed to. The feed dogs are obviously feeding because this fabric is moving, but let me move this and you want to check and make sure the feed dogs are moving. All right. And then I'm going to just kind of start working my way over. I'm going to start over here. And first thing I want to look at, here's the bobbin winder. This is on a spring. You can see there's a spring here. If this is really floppy, you would want to be concerned about what's missing. In this particular case, I don't know if this was not working. I don't think it would be a deal killer for me if I really wanted this machine. These springs are not super easy to find. That doesn't mean you can't find them, but you'd have to weigh how important that is to you. Okay, but see I can make this move. The bobbin winder tire is intact. I'm going to go over and I'm going to look at knobs. This is the reverse button. This one's moving. I can see my feed dogs over here. Actually, when I push the button, you can actually see the feed dogs move. Again, just because if you push this button and nothing's happening, unless this actual plastic button is broken, I would almost guarantee you that that's just a sign that there's something gunked up inside the machine that's keeping the reverse from working. So to me, with the knowledge that I have, which we cover in our vintage machine workshop, very fixable. What you don't want are actual knobs that are broken off. Even if these weren't moving smoothly, you can see these all move smoothly. This lever is good. This moves. This moves. Yeah, all of these are working great. None of these would be deal killers for me if they were stiff or if I put the stitch, this is the zigzag stitch width here. If I put it on 5 and locked it in, yeah, I think that's how this one works. I've got it on zigzag. Now, I did notice, oh, there we go. So I'm looking to see if the zigzag is moving like it's supposed to. Let's put it on, where are we at here? I guess we would want it here. And see, now I can see that my zigzag is moving like it should. Even if my zigzag was not moving back and forth, that's still a sign to me that there's either something gunked up in the cam stack here where the lever is not moving like it should, or maybe in the needle bar area. There's a lot of places to get gunked up, but this is a good sign, all right? But again, check all your knobs, make sure everything seems to be working. Working over this way, we talked about these pigtail things. If you look at what I was talking about, here, you can see that there's a little screw here. This can be replaced, but finding this exact thread guide will be difficult. Now, if this was a customer's machine and this was broken, you have to have both of these in order for this machine to work. If this was a customer's machine and we were trying to find a creative fix, we would probably find a way to take some metal and shape our own. These are things you're going to have to weigh again on these machines. This one's in pristine condition. So, but these are very important. Same thing for the spool pins back here. See if I can turn this a little bit. You can see how this spool pin is set up. It's actually on a mount that's got 2 screws. So this can be replaced. This wouldn't worry me if these were broken because I feel like if I couldn't find the exact replacement, we could probably figure out a way to make a spool pin work. And also with spool pins, keep in mind, you grab this. If you run across a machine and the only thing wrong with it, or one of it is that you need a spool, just an external spool pin. We do that a lot. So if you've never seen one, these are phenomenal. They're cheap. $15 to $20. Okay. Get the one with the metal base if you have to get one. All right, so we're back over on this way on your tension assembly, your upper tension assembly. This is really important. This is plastic. Everything looks to be intact. You want to check your check spring. This little metal loop here is called a check spring, and it should spring pretty easily. With this machine, this looks like a standard check spring. I wouldn't be worried. It's the Riccar, J.C. Penney, Montgomery Ward, all those machines that make me a little bit nervous about finding a replacement check spring. Very rarely do I find a damaged check spring. All right, so you can open your door here. You really want to make sure that your take-up lever is not broken off. All this stuff in here, there should not be anything to worry about. I see a bunch of lint in there. Okay, so working our way down. We're here at the presser foot. The needle clamp we were talking about, probably more important than the needle clamp are your thread guides. On this one, we talked about the curlicue ones up here, but you also have, this is not really a thread guide. I mean, it is, but like this one right here is important. This one down here at the needle is extremely important. This is probably when I say that thread guides need to have, that the needle clamps are hard to find. It's not usually the clamp, it's actually the thread guide that's in it. So we have been known to shape some metal and make it work as well, but that's a really important part there. All right. Then we got your needle plate. Again, I had said needle plates are usually fairly easy to find. Ones like this that are very specific with the hinge might be harder, but even if this was missing, you could kind of make it work. All right. And then inside you do have your bobbin case, which I have. On this machine, I would also look for your bobbin winder attachments. This does have the tensioner on it. So you want to look for all of these external parts. But I just want to give you a rundown of the things I look for. If you're not super familiar with the anatomy of a sewing machine, it's very easy to miss, especially the thread guides, okay, and the knobs. So just make sure that you're taking a good look at any machine that you're interested in purchasing. If you get a chance to look at it and touch it, those are the things, to me, that's far more important than trying to sew with it.